The last text I sent her said, "I think he's pulling away, and I don't know what I did wrong." She read it, screenshot it, and sent it straight to him. Stay with me, because what I did about it left no fingerprints.
Her name was Cassidy. We met freshman year, University of Tennessee. Same dorm floor, same terrible dining hall coffee, same exact feeling of being completely lost in a new city. 11 years of friendship after that. 11 years of Sunday brunches and 2 a.m. phone calls and being each other's emergency contact. Cassidy was in every photo from every important moment of my life. My college graduation, my first real apartment in Nashville, the night I got promoted at the design firm. She was there every single time. And then there was Derek. I met Derek at a rooftop event in the Gulch. One of those work mixer things where you don't expect anything, and then someone hands you a drink and smiles, and suddenly you're giving out your number for the first time in 2 years. Derek was charming, attentive, the kind of man who remembered things. He remembered I hated cilantro. He remembered my mom's name. He showed up. For the first 8 months, it was honestly really beautiful. I was falling hard and I wasn't even trying to hide it. And Cassidy knew everything. Every date, every text, every moment I felt something shift in my chest. She was my person. So of course I told her everything. What I didn't know was that she was telling him too. The first sign was so small I almost missed it. Derek said something one night, offhand, casual, about how I always got anxious when he didn't text back fast enough, and I stopped because I had never told Derek that. Not once. I had told Cassidy that. In a voice memo at midnight, word for word. I let it go. Told myself I must have mentioned it. Told myself I was being paranoid. I kept going. Then it happened again. We were arguing. One of those circular arguments that goes nowhere. And Derek said something I had only ever said to Cassidy. Something vulnerable. Something private. And he said it like a weapon. Like he knew exactly where it would land. I went cold. I didn't say anything in that moment. I just filed it. I went home, sat on my bathroom floor, and started going back through everything. Every time Derek knew something he shouldn't. Every time he was one step ahead of my emotions. Every time a conversation felt like he was reading from a script of my own fears. So I ran a test. I sent Cassidy a voice memo. Emotional, detailed, specific. Something I had never told Derek. Something only she would know. I included a name, a fake name. A woman named Claire who I made up completely. I said I thought Derek might be talking to her. Within 4 hours, Derek texted me asking about Claire. I sat with that text for a long time, just staring at it. Because in that moment, it stopped being a theory and became something real and heavy. And I didn't know what to do with the weight of it. 11 years. 11 years. And she had been sitting across from me at brunch, refilling my coffee, asking me how I was doing, and then going home and typing out my words and sending them to the man I loved. I kept asking myself, what did I do wrong? What did I say? When did it start? Was I not paying attention? Was I not a good enough friend? Was I too much? Was I not enough? I cried in a way I hadn't cried in years. Not because of Derek. Honestly, not even mostly because of Derek. Because Cassidy had been my safe place. And she had handed my safe place over to someone else. Like it cost her nothing. I gave myself one night to fall apart. One night. And then I got up, washed my face, made coffee, and sat down at my design desk. The same desk where I had built my entire career. And I thought about what I actually had. I had proof.
I had a pattern, and I had access to both of them still, because neither of them knew I knew. I didn't confront Cassidy. I didn't confront Derek. I kept texting her, kept sharing, but now everything I shared was controlled. Slightly wrong details. Traceable. I was feeding her a story that wasn't real and watching Derek react to every piece in real time. For 3 weeks, I ran that quietly. And by the end, I had screenshots, timestamps, and a paper trail that was airtight. You know, this kind of quiet, long game, sitting on the truth and playing it slow, it reminded me of another woman on this channel who did the exact same thing. She found out her husband had a secret family for 7 years, and instead of breaking down, she built her case brick by brick. That story is linked right below this video. But stay with me, because what happens next is the part that still gives me chills. Then I made 2 moves. Same night, completely silent. I sent Derek's employer an anonymous tip. Derek worked in finance. He had been using his work phone, I had seen it in the screenshots Cassidy forwarded, to coordinate some of their conversations during work hours. The tip was specific. It was documented. HR opened an investigation the following week. For Cassidy, I did something quieter. She was up for a senior position at her company, had been working toward it for 2 years. She had asked me, to be a professional reference for her. I had already submitted one months earlier. I contacted HR and withdrew it. Formally, with a note that said I could no longer in good conscience vouch for her character, and that I had become aware of information that gave me serious concerns about her integrity in professional relationships. I kept it vague enough to be unassailable, specific enough to plant a seed that would not stop growing. I never showed up anywhere. I never made a scene. I never sent a dramatic text. I just quietly removed every piece of support I had ever given either of them and watched the structure start to shift on its own. Derek lost his job 6 weeks later. Cassidy didn't get the promotion. I found out through mutual friends. I didn't go looking. I had already moved on by then.
The weeks after were strange. Quiet in a way I wasn't used to. 11 years of friendship takes up a lot of space. And when it's gone, you feel the shape of it everywhere, Sunday mornings especially. But here's what I also felt. Lighter. Clearer. Like something I hadn't even noticed I was carrying had just been set down for good. I redecorated my apartment. New couch, new plants. Got 3. Named one Loyalty just to make myself laugh. Started going to a pottery class on Wednesday evenings because I had always wanted to, and Cassidy had always said it sounded boring. Turns out, it's the most peaceful 2 hours of my week. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not sad anymore either. I'm just awake. More careful with who gets access to the real me. More intentional about what I share and with who. The right people don't weaponize your softness. The right people hold it. Some betrayals don't come from your enemy. The deepest ones always come from the seat closest to you at the table. And walking away from that, with your dignity completely intact and your fingerprints on nothing, that is its own kind of power. Our next story on Wounded Truth. Imagine finding out that the 2 people who betrayed you both worked for you. They sat in your meetings. They cashed your paychecks. And they were doing this right under your nose for months. That story is coming. And it is ice cold. Subscribe to Wounded Truth. Like this video. Drop a comment. What moment hit you hardest? See you in the next story.